Recording is in progress. Hello, everybody, and welcome. Daryl Snyder, Brandon Abbey, Fantasy Sports Logic, doing our daily MLB CEO. Got a lot of three-letter acronyms. FSL. It's actually the FSL CEO for the MLB slate, which is Fantasy Sports Logic, of where Brandon and I reside. With the CEO is the Contrarian Edge Optimizer, and MLB is for today's MLB. I'm going to look at the main slate today. We'll have a very special edition NFL. There's two games tonight. R.C. Fisher from Fantasy Football Metrics will be joining Brandy and I with his picks from his Hip Pocket podcast. It's gaining a lot of national acclaim after just 1 week. Here's the optimizer. Brandon and I were told the news. We're just too much of a powerhouse. The Sportstopia group, they don't want to battle head-to-head on views, so they're going to merge us in. So you'll be able to find us on the Sportstopia YouTube channel. Now, Brandon, it seems like before long, we'll probably be on an international network somewhere, picked up, streamed globally. We'll have to use some of that AI translation technology to speak in Chinese and German and, of course, Hispaniola. So what's it feel like to hit the big time?
Well, I'm just surprised that those guys over at Sportstopia threw in the towel so early. But, it is what it is.
I think it's I don't watch MMA, but I think that we must have physically or digitally put a chokehold on them, and they buckled. They went down, and it's okay. We had a nice little battle with them, although I don't even call what they did a battle. Kind of just giving up. But anyways, we're happy to join forces and help each other. But let's talk about the optimizer. Yesterday, I used it in what was it? It was the 100,000 on top. I played an NFL. You played MLB, and I think my Giants and the Rockies game forwarded. That was one a lot of people probably on because of Coors, although it's been colder there. But I played in football. I used the optimizer. I posted these on Twitter, so you can see on the Twitter page. I played 10 or 6. How much was this game? Anyways, I turned 60 into 180 in the 1.25 million play option, 100,000 for first. Had a decent day. I didn't play any baseball. My Giants, they disappointed me. They lost the game in the bottom of the ninth on Friday. They dropped a doubleheader on Saturday. They fell 2.5 games back of the last wild card spot, and yesterday they led 9-0, Brandon, and the Rockies came storming back, and it ended up being 10-9. So a lot of runs there. We're going to show you the MLB. You can try it out. 7 days, $1. Includes MLB and NFL, DraftKings and FanDuel. You fly on either. I got a ticket yesterday into the Millie Maker from FanDuel, complimentary $5 ticket. I turned it into a whopping $9. So that was a nice return. Brandon's taking a quick call there, so I'll ramble on as I do. Today you can play in baseball, Mainslate, Turbo, Night, and Showdowns. Not sure I'll play anything. I'm going to focus on the 2-game MLB or NFL slate for tonight. But let me show you. After the 1-week trial, you can upgrade currently while in beta. Amazing prices: $29.97 a month or $299.97 a month. Includes both sports. It'll include all 3 sports with NBA here in October coming up. And you can see our player projection providers and MLB. We have Baker, FTN, RotoWire, Sport Radar, Sports Data.io, and our secret proprietary sauce. Brandon, I see you're back. Welcome back. Got that call out of the way.
Yes, I
What do you
did.
see just glancing? I know you're probably going to play some baseball today. What do you like so far on the main slate?
I like Wu pitching against the Oakland A's, the mighty A's.
You're picking on somebody, aren't you?
He is, I guess I'm not the only one, 35% owned.
I was going to say you and a third of the entire civilized nation are on Mr. Wu.
Mm-hmm.
With
Yeah.
those are our proprietary ownership projections. Leonard runs 150 lineups in each of the five, including our blend, and he projects those. Those are our in-house, and those can fluctuate depending on late scratches, different lineup that may not be what they're appearing to be right now. We update these feeds every 45 minutes, right up until lock, which today is as normal, 4:05. What else do you see by outside of Mr. Wu?
Well, Peralta, his strikeout average is usually high seven. So I think that's you're not going to go wrong with him if you can afford him with the bats you put together. So I would take Wu and I would take Peralta.
Yeah, you're saving some salary. Wu's still priced down there, only 7,200, and that's why the popularity. 11.3 Peralta is the highest on the slate. You got your man, Mr. V, Justin Verlander, with 10.5, garnering about 12% of the popularity, facing those Orioles. Not sure I would go attack those bats. Pretty strong up and down that lineup. And then you got Mr. Wheeler, not facing much of a challenge against the Braves. They don't have hardly anything except for representing the Gas House Gang type Yankee lineups with Acuna, Albies, Olson. They got two catchers, D'Arnaud and Murphy. And then they've got Harris. That lineup is stacked. And Archaea, not a weak stick. They did pick up, it fills in a little bit. Former Giant, former Blue Jay. They used to call him Superman, Kevin Pillar. The guy made more catches parallel to the ground than almost anybody I've ever seen. Super great defensive guy, and once in a while he has a stick. So that team, I would think, probably favored to win it all this year. They are stacked. So I don't know, Zach at 10.9, it looks like just over 1%. So you could be different. Zach happens to spin his magic 98.5% ahead of the field. So those are the kind of things you might want to look at, right? Maybe
Yeah.
run some lineups with Freddie or run some lineups with Zach and just hope that that team was out partying all night last night and they're a little bit foggy today and he just whips that fastball by him. What else do we see there? Michael Wacha, he's pitched decent, but he's got the Rockies. Is that in Colorado?
No, it's in San Diego.
Okay, well, that's totally different situation there. If he's only 1.3% owned, that's not a bad play. Bryant picked up his game after coming off the DL. Blackman, say the Giants, they gave up 9 to them yesterday, but that was in Coors. Clevenger, he's pitched decent, 7,600. Looks like 30% of the population's on him, as well as Lance Lynn facing the Tigers with the Dodgers. So top owned position player, Mr. Tatis Jr., almost 50%. That's really high. And then Acuna, $6,900. Mr. Acuna, 31, almost 32% owned. Interesting things. How many game slate is there tonight? We will find out, won't we? Let's see. It looks like 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 16. So that's 8 game slate?
Yeah.
That's not bad. That makes it interesting. How many you want to stack today?
I'm gonna stack 4 today.
Going for 3, we're gonna show you what this is doing after it calculates. Turned orange over here, that means it's ready. We're gonna go into stack attack mode, which is an auto. Could have stacked any team you wanted. Stack attack mode is off. We're gonna let it finish its calculating here. We're gonna turn it on. I'm gonna go into pro settings real quick, see if I can tempt Brandon to maybe fade anybody. How about those A's since you're pitching against them?
Why not? Let's fade the A's.
You're gonna keep the A's in?
Oh, fade them.
Fade them. Okay, that's what I thought. You got Mr. Woo. We could take them out of play. How about the Rockies facing your Padres?
Not after putting up 10 runs yesterday.
No, they had the 9. Fortunately, the Giants had the 10, but that's still a lot of runs. Okay, against Mr. Walker.
Thought it was 11.
Was 11-10?
That's what I thought, but
Yeah, you're probably right. I, again, disappointed in the Giants and had most of my eyeballs and earballs focusing on some pretty good football, what we'll talk about.
somebody's
Well,
gonna owe somebody a long drink on this one. Giants 11, Colorado 10.
Yeah, there you go. I knew you were right. I told you I blocked them out. So you're gonna leave them in there.
Take my drink over.
How about Detroit facing Lance Lynn? Any other fades you want to fade? Totally eliminate?
No,
You want to boost anybody? You can boost here. Any pitchers over others? You're gonna lock Woo, or you're gonna lock a couple? If you're gonna, we don't need to do that. You could, for our viewers, let them know. You really think somebody's gonna pop? Seager's been hot. Who's Texas facing in the way of a pitcher? Jordan Montgomery's going for them. There's another nice nice pitching option. Who's Texas playing?
Texas is the Boston Red Sox are visiting Texas.
Hmm.
Yeah, Crawford is pitching for
Cutter Crawford, huh?
Yeah.
I don't know if we'd want to boost. I saw Yelich. We can just let the optimizer do its thing, but if anybody wanted to, Wainwright's pitching. Who is he pitching against? You definitely might want to boost that team. Wainwright. We'll look at that when we get out. But we faded Oakland. Didn't fade anybody else. This is for example purposes only, and as Brandon will tell you better than anybody I've ever say it. What is our disclaimer, Brandon?
Oh, this is just it's for your own enjoyment and entertainment purposes. We make no guarantees on that you'll win anything if you happen to play DraftKings or FanDuel. Daryl got really lucky yesterday and put a little money in his pocket, but certainly we didn't. We did
Wasn't
not
life-changing. Tonight's the Millie Maker, so look out.
Okay. But again, this is just for your own personal enjoyment, and have fun with it. Both Daryl and I do on a daily basis, whether it's baseball, football, or winning season, NBA, and soon to feature PGA, the professional golfers. And as we add sports to the system, the price is still there.
You know what I hear rumored that we might be adding in the not so distant future?
No.
Cricket. It's emerging. It's coming. I've chose to lean towards that instead of pickleball. I don't know if there's enough data in the pro pickleball league yet, but cricket, pretty popular. I've never played the game. I couldn't name a player, but there are supposedly billions of people worldwide that love that sport. So I don't know how soon we'll add it. We're just getting NFL and MLB and NBA coming and PGA, and then cricket or soccer, or who knows what's next. But I was looking at the reason Yellic's so popular. 20.8%. Projected is because Mr. Wainwright, who has just been hammered for St. Louis, I mean, he's $5 grand. He's like the minimum, except for a reliever. He's been getting slaughtered. What's that? I got to believe that total. They have the total posted on Sportstopia for that Brewers Cardinals game. Got to be 10 pitching, and those could all go to the Brewers.
8.5.
8.5. Definitely like a prop on the over on that, unless they remove St. Louis's bullpen. Even they traded some key pieces. So, anyways, that's my tip of the day. I should give it to the guys doing the Sportstopia sharp text. They've had a few bad days in a row. We're intervening. They do not realize Brandon and I for a while were smoking on fire with our picks until we started to designate more time to the optimizer. But okay, you gonna lock anybody? You want to lock Woo, or what do you want to do?
No, just do it like that. Let's see what the optimizer thinks. Maybe we'll see Woo's name. Who knows?
Here we go. We got auto stack attack. We hit generate lineups. We did the pro setting. You won't see any A's in there. Everybody else is in play. What it's going to do is it allows you to get as much variety and diversity as possible. It might have went through we were talking. What you have to watch is this update. Might have, oh, there we go. I didn't use my click at it well enough. So look at who's in the blend. Mr. Woo. Mr. Woo is the blend, and the blend is it's our secret sauce of all of our partners' data feeds, which include, still doesn't have stats perform, which kind of work a bug out with them. They are contracted with us. Baker, 10,000 simulations, FTN data, 40,000 sims, RotoWire, Sports Radar, Sports Data IO, and then our secret sauce. So that blend got your Padre, a couple of Padres, powerful Padres, Manny Machado and Fernando Tatis Jr., as well as, oh, look at this. I'm liking it. You better like that one. It's got those Brewers picking on Wainwright. Adame's your man. You seem to trend to. It's got Terang and Yelich.
Yeah, I like that.
It stacked up. What did it do? It took, you said 3, and I think it likes to go against Wainwright for right reasons. So it's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Brewers with Contrarian. You better take a picture of that one, Brandon. That is in the winner's circle. Tell you what, I'm going to go out on the line. The Clevenger, I mean, he's probably the best White Sox. I don't say he's the best. He's had a great year since coming over. He's cheap. But you have him against the Nationals. Not exactly Power City there. They are a little bit spunky, but liking that. There's Peralta and Waka. Seattle, it's never a bad stack. Verlander and Lynn, a couple of veterans in that FTN with some White Sox, and then Mr. Acuna. Never disappoints you to have Acuna in your lineup. How many do you want me to run out of this blend?
Give me 20.
I'm going to go to the 20. Going to generate a variation of the 20. This should be pretty diverse because we had auto stack attack. So it's going to give you across 20 lineups. Shows you that Oakland A's none. 2 Brewers stacks, 2 Braves, 2 Tigers, a Texas, a Padre, a Mariner, a couple of Astros, a couple of Phillies, a Dodger, a Baltimore, a Boston, a White Sox, a National, even a Rocky, and St. Louis.
I like that.
Oh, yeah, that's very diverse. Let's see what happens. You say, well, I want to see it. Show me, show me. Don't just show me that. Show me more. Okay, we will. There it is. Verlander, Peralta, Verlander, Woo, and Verlander again. Zach Wheeler and Walcott. Zach and Montgomery a couple of times, 3 times. The Braves pitcher against those Phillies with Mr. Schwarber and Wheeler. That's the matchup of the two. What's the over-under in that Wheeler Wright game? That's in Atlanta? No, it's in Philly. Ooh, scary. That's got to be
No, it's
another
in Atlanta. There are no games over 10 today.
It's probably another 8. Yeah, I was thinking a more lower, but if it's in Philly, I'm thinking 8.5, 8-ish maybe.
9.5.
I was off. Fire me from doing the over-unders.
Okay.
Zach, you can see the different blends, right? And what Brandon likes to do, if he's going to play a 3 max, or he likes to play the micro stakes, you can use all 20. You can use 1 of 20, 3 of 20. He only stacked 3, but it went out and gave him some 4 and 5 stacks. So if you're playing a cash game or 1, probably search. I still like that very first blend with Woo. There's Woo and Peralta together. Those are your 2 guys, right?
Yeah.
What did they match up? You got Makata, Willie Adames. Decent blend there. A couple of Nationals. I don't know if I like that with the Nats against a pitcher we pointed out. Clevenger. There's Woo and Clevenger. I like that. What do we got with that? You got Contreras, Adames.
Machado.
Nice. Yeah, that's looking good. I mean, there's a lot of good ones there.
Yeah.
You can see projected. It's always projected on lower than what it actually is, just because I can't, exactly forecast who might hit the home run today or 2. I would definitely target some Brewers, my personal opinion. The optimizer likes them against Mr. Wainwright. Good stuff. There you got some Braves. Rosario, he was a mid-season pickup or later. That's another nice piece to that Braves. Austin Riley, Albies. I think, you know what I saw a stat? Albies, he's one of 5 Braves with over 30 home runs. 5.
Oh.
You know how many the Giants have? A big fat 0 with 30. You know how many they have it with 20? A big fat 0. So where's the power shortage? Right. I mean,
Some people think it's in the front office.
yeah, we're more about, oh my God, don't get me started. We're more about strategy platooning. We'd rather have a guy hitting 220, but he hits a home run from the left side against the righty, and the defense, the opposing team makes a switch and brings in a lefty, and we just pull him out. But averaging us up until yesterday, probably the lowest amount of runs in the league. Anyways, yes, we're definitely due for some changes. I don't know why Ohtani wouldn't want to come. Of course, now he probably go anywhere he can, but he got shut down, right?
Yeah. They cleaned out his locker, I guess.
I mean, the rumor that I thought happened, they didn't. I thought the A's traded their entire starting lineup for him just to save a little salary, but it ended up it would have cost them more. They figured out the math. That one guy was more than their whole total team. Funny, but true. Right?
Yeah.
Anyway, that was my rumor, and I made it up. So don't go try to search for that anywhere on any sports sites. Good stuff. Okay, let's see. Showed about everything. You want to cover how they can get involved again, Brandon?
Oh, yeah. Just come to our site, fantasysportslogic.com. Set up a 1-week trial account with the optimizer for $1. And if you like what you see, you can go on to a monthly subscription for $29.97, or you can go for a yearly for $299.97. Are we still offering the beta, Daryl?
Yes, we are. I thought the pop-up, we've been on this, so I guess it didn't pop up, but yeah, we are while in beta. Don't know how much longer. $299.97 one time, lifetime, all sports. Even if we had cricket before that ends, but it'll probably end before cricket. But that's a great price. All the providers, NFL, MLB, soon to be NBA. It's hard to believe that season came around fast, didn't it?
Yes, it did.
Seems just like a month or so ago, we're complaining about all the maintenance people that were sitting, and I think they're trying to do something to stop a lot of that this year. But MLB's or NBA's fun. It's a little bit different. There is correlation there. We have stack attack mode for baseball, as you saw. Also NFL, there's always correlation between a quarterback and a receiver. Sometimes a quarterback, receiver, and running back. But we'll get into that in a few hours. What time is it? 9:09. I did good.
Yeah.
I mean, meaning not performance-wise, but time-wise. I did really good.
Not bad for you.
Yeah, you got me trained. Let me show real quick here. I don't know if I have it up. Yes, I do. Kind of excited about this. These are the guys that gave up, allowed us to join them instead of competing against us. That was from yesterday. Let me see what today. These studs really came through in week 2. We'll probably point this out a little bit more in our show with RC Fisher, but currently right now going on the NFL Fire and Ice show, talking about, I'm sure, the 2-game slate and recapping what happened with Eagles and Vikings. And then there's my man. Yeah, it's from the MLB. Well, thank you, Brandon. Oh, we love that our little ticker.
Yeah.
Little nuggets of wisdom on there, but yeah, great articles and videos there. Site's absolutely free at the moment. Make sure you check it out. It's got the ticker with odds, what we're excited about as well. See your MLB, see if anything sticks out. I love the Brewers. Where's that at? Oh, it's in St. Louis, yeah. And the Brewers are minus 190.
Pretty heavy favorite.
Yeah. Seattle with Woo. I like both sides of that. I like him and I like a Seattle stack. Baltimore, Houston, I like the over, not even knowing what it is, even though Verlander's going. I think that one's not, is 9.5 the highest? That one's not 10? Probably because of Verlander then. Philly, Atlanta. We talked about that one, 9.5. Minnesota, Cincinnati. That National League wild card. Quite a battle. Giants 2.5 back. You've got Phillies leading, then Cubs and D-backs, and then Marlins and Giants, and even the Brewers are in the battle for that 3rd spot. Okie dokie. Thank you, everybody. Wishing you an amazingly awesome, super spectacular Monday with your fantasy and your wagering where legal. Thank you, Brandon. We'll be back out here in just a few hours with RC Fisher. That's an exciting podcast talking about the double. Isn't there was there a reason they did 2 Monday night games just on the schedule, or was there a weather thing, or what is that?
No, I think they planned it that way. They've probably got some network contracts. One game is on ESPN and one game is on ABC, I believe.
Huh.
So, all part of the same organization, or they were at one time. I haven't really kept up on that, but
Yeah, so that makes for a nice little millie maker, the 2 game slate. But again, we'll talk about that in a few hours. Thank you, everybody. I'm gonna end this Zoom, the recording. We'll see you in a little bit.
all righty.